Hey again guys, this is Dre Positive and I'm here again making another video. So I got some feedbacks from the last one or the first one that I did, and I've taken a lot of advice. I've done more research and I'm so glad that you're here with me on this journey. So what are we going to talk about today? Let's see. So coming out of one of the comments or one of the responses that I got from the video, the topic about accents came up. So I decided, alright, you know what? This is gonna be one of the first things that I talk about. Alright, so come to think of it, I've never really delved into the dynamics of accents. So I went and did a little research and I found some pretty interesting things. So let's get into it. Alright, so the first thing, what is an accent? Alright, so according to this excerpt that I got from a website, accents. So this source is coming from Medical Daily. Alright, so I'm gonna read here. Alright, so accents are an auditory clue to an individual's background. From the first utterance of sound, accents tell others where a person is from, what languages they speak, and who they spend time with. Yeah, so basically that's saying an accent, it's definitely a part of your identity because it identifies it where you're from and who you have been spending time with. So that's why we notice it whenever someone apparently loses their accent or is putting on a twang. Now there are so many things to this thing, more than I anticipated. So basically accents originate from a set of people that are speaking a common language that are from the same geographic location, and this is further divided because if there are other subgroups within that same geographic location, for example, Jamaica is in the Caribbean, but you have Trinidad, Guyana, and so on. This will also be subdivided into other types of accent. So it's all about who you are with and the time that you're spending with them. Alright, so let's find out what else comes with accents. So according to the American Speech Language Hearing Association, accent is the unique way that people speech is pronounced by a group of people speaking in the same language. Accents exist even in the animal world, with goats and pigeons sounding differently depending on where they live. You can imagine that? So what you tell me, say a goat will come from country sound different than a goat will come from town? Me caca. Never dream about them sitting there. All of me always hear a meh. So we don't know what to think about that. People want to think. Anyway, so accents. We have a strong, I would say we have a very strong and deep accent when it comes to English language. And I'm not ashamed of it. I don't know about you guys. And it's something that we definitely use to identify, and others identify each other with the accent that they use, right? So one of the things coming out of this is when you look at people who have been away for a while, you notice that especially when they speak standard English, the accent, it seems a little bit not very deep or not as how it used to be. And I think I can explain this. I'm going to couple it with some readings from some of the things that I found from doing my research. So from my personal experience, when you're in another country and you speak you'll notice that when you talk, the original way that you talk as a Jamaican, people don't get what you're coming across with very quickly. So because of this, you have to sort of try to talk the way how they sound to you, so that they can understand you better, and things can happen more smoothly. So even if it's a twang, as we always say, I believe if a twang for a good reason, well, that can work, that works. But the ones that the trouble lies with is the ones that unnecessarily twang just to show off, or to say that, oh, I've been overseas. Those are the ones that normally that they're normally pretty funny to me. I've heard some people twanging and they've never even been on a plane. So I don't know where they get it from still. A foreign they come from, and all of that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And they don't know the basis of where that's coming from. But on a more serious note, it's very interesting. We can ask the question then, is it possible for one to completely lose their accent? And I'm going to read something again from what I was reading. Alright? So, according to this journal that I was reading, as early as 6 months, accents are engraved in our brains. The brain begins to draw a map of the sounds it hears. At some point, we lose the ability to make certain sounds, and eventually, we lose the ability to even hear them. However, the human brain is incredibly adaptable, and with enough practice and concentration, the ear can be trained to pick up new accents as easily as the infant ear was able to. So basically this I say, well, after you reach a certain age, you ever hear them say, oh, dog can learn new trick? Well, this is sort of saying that, kinda. Old dog can learn new trick, but what it's saying is that the brain, as early as 6 months, the brain has wired itself in a certain way where, you have certain accent and pronunciation engraved inside of your brain. Because I don't know if you know this, but as a child, everything as you're learning, the brain develop what you call pathways. So when it comes to accents, the pathways, so your brain is able to wire itself, but your brain is such an amazing machine that it can also be rewired. So I guess with enough practice, you can get to hear and relearn stuff just like an infant. But that's obviously not very easy, So one would want to think, what are the pros and cons of having an accent or losing your accent? Yeah. Well, as I said earlier, you identify with where you're from by your accent, and that is an indication of your culture. So I would think one of the biggest cons is that it would be also an indication that you're losing your culture if your accent is changing. And maybe that's why when somebody from Jamaica, when a Jamaican starts sounding different, like far different from how you originally sounded, that's why we pick it up so quickly, because we're trying to figure out if the person has forgotten where they came from or what it is. But most of the times that's not the case. It's just a matter of the person getting used to talking in a certain manner so that he can accomplish communication or communicate more effectively. So people don't knock them too hard, And we don't talk about the two-day foreigner them still, or the one them who foreigner who watch TV and turn foreigner. We don't really talk about them people. I style foreigner them still, twingy twanga them. But what we're talking about, is the people who genuinely, have had to deal with this, and I feel like make the adjustments and so. you know. It's just a matter of a lot of things that we do, you know, we haven't grasped the understanding of the dynamics of it and where it's all coming from, you know. And this is part of my intent, you know. I want us to come on this journey and look into things, look at things that we have never really researched and try to find out, you know, how did this come about? Where is this coming from? Why do we do this? Why do we act this way? You know. So yeah, man, accents. You know, that's what basically an accent is. And I'm sure there's a lot more information out there, but we'll talk again, and thanks for watching. Alright, like, subscribe and share, or if you don't like, yes, I go still, but thanks for watching. Alright, maybe next time I can do a better video. Alright, thanks again. Bye bye.
You never want to know if you find out that still no.